Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Roaming Talk here at our shooting facility in Slaughter, Louisiana at our roaming shot range. This week, we just got back from our mile class at the Whittington Center, the NRA Whittington Center in Raton, New Mexico. So we're going to touch on that and all the cool things we got to do out there and some cool stuff we have coming up this week. Guys, this week we have Mr. Murphy with us, and he came. He's done a good bit of shooting with us. I met him about 5 or 6 years ago now, somewhere around there, at an event when we were first getting fired off at where was it? Lamar Dixon.
That's right.
Yep.
Sportsman show.
Yeah. So you were going to you're getting ready to go to a shooting.
Actually,
event?
that's exactly right. I was getting ready to go to Africa. And
that's right.
Trip of a lifetime for me. It was my first time to go, and my good friend from Dallas who came with me said, we ought to take a long-range course. If you wound an animal, you buy the animal in Africa, so you don't want to miss. And I hadn't shot a four-legged animal in quite a while. I hadn't shot a rifle at an animal probably 20 years.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm in. And so I said, how much is that course going to be? And he told me. I said, all right, I'll go. And that weekend, the weekend before I was supposed to go, I was just wandering around the Sportsman Center at Lamar Dixon and at their show, and I saw Ben's booth. Mm-hmm. It said long range shooting, and I said, "Tell me about it." And he did. And we found out that we had a lot in common. Mm-hmm. Found out we were both pilots, and actually he flew a plane that I used to own at one time, and we started talking, and I said, how much is your course? And it was like a fraction of the course I was going to go take in Texas. And I said, I'm going to shoot with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was when we were first getting started. So we were hungry and just getting it going. So it was a good, it worked out good for both of us.
It was exciting. You told me that I was going to shoot a golf ball at 500 yards. And I said, what?
Yeah.
And of course I brought the gun I was going to bring to Africa, which was a 30-06 with a scope I had used for deer hunting in the past, like a 3x9 loop. I couldn't see 500 yards with that scope. And so Ben loaned me the class gun, and by the end of the lesson, I'd shot a golf ball.
Yeah.
At 500 yards. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do it. It's about optics, and it's about instruction and learning how to shoot all over again.
Right. Yep. And it's not hard though.
No.
So if you with the right equipment, and if there's about 10 steps we can give you, and then if you can follow those 10 steps, put them into repetition, and it's very easily accomplished.
Yeah, we had
and you shoot well too. You listen to instruction well, so that helps. But
we had a chalk talk the night before for a couple hours, and we went through a bunch of stuff, and then the next day we spent at the range, and it was amazing to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. Oh man, I love it. I love it every day. Yeah, I'm blessed. I get to do it every day, so it's fun. So he shot with us. He got you got a custom rifle at that point, and then not only last year you ended up getting a custom rifle from us.
Yep.
And then so I told him about the mile class that we do in New Mexico, and prairie dog hunt usually. We got rained out on that one, on this one. I hate that. But told him about it, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm in. I got, I want to go.
Well, Ben had talked to me about shooting a mile before, and that just boggled my mind. Then he told me that his 14-year-old son had shot a mile.
Yeah.
His wife had shot a mile.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to go do this.
Oh, yeah.
What a cool thing to have in the resume of shooting, is to be able to put a mile shot in your back pocket. And obviously before that, you built this facility.
Yes, sir.
1,000-yard facility, fiber optic cameras out to 1,000 yards, and mics and cameras. Very cool. And so before you built me the 6.5 Creedmoor, I shot one of your guns out here, shot 1,000 yards, which I didn't think was possible. Mm-hmm. And so he built me a 6.5 Creedmoor, and every time I pulled the trigger, it hit metal at 1,000 yards. I was seriously impressed. And so when you offered the mile course out at the Whittington Center, there was a piece of me that said I didn't want to go and embarrass myself by not being able to hit a mile when his wife and son had hit a mile.
Yeah.
But it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not that bad. So, and I get that all the time. Guys are like, I can't see that far. That's the number one comment I get. I was like, man, don't worry. We can see an orange dot, which these don't have orange dots on them, but you can see a 2-inch orange dot with an optic. Easy. So, and we're looking at impacts, splatter on paint at that far.
Yeah.
So
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Just wonderful experience. It was a small group of guys. Everybody got along. Everybody had shooting experience, some more than others, and everybody shot a mile. That was on the course. And the trip that Ben set up, we had a professional chef with us.
Yeah.
We had we stayed at the Whittington Center and their bunk rooms, and very, very nice with full kitchens and communal rooms where we could just hang out, and it was very special. I had seen the Whittington. I think I told you I had seen the Whittington.
Well, you called me one time, and we missed each other by like 2 days out there. You're like, man, you wouldn't believe this facility I just went through. I was like, I was just there.
Yes,
that was last year.
That's it.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to go fishing at the Boy Scout Camp Philmont out there. It's a place I'd always wanted to go as a kid, but never had a chance to go. I'm an Eagle Scout, and Philmont's like the Holy Grail. And so when we went out last year, a few of us went out and fished this tournament out there at Philmont. We passed the Whittington Center. I said, what is this? I said, we got to stop here on the way back.
Yeah.
And so we did, and we toured the whole facility. And if you haven't seen it, you hadn't been there, you need to. For shooters, it's the Holy Grail.
Oh, it's phenomenal. I mean, I didn't know about it until, I guess, year before. It must have been year before last. And I got out there. I was like, where has this place been? Why have I not heard of this? And it's been around, I think, since the 70s.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal. Everything, and the staff is great. You don't run across anybody with any smart aleck attitude that you run into a lot nowadays. They're so helpful. They want to make sure everything's taken care of. If something is wrong, they get it fixed quick.
Yeah.
And man, yeah, and then on top of that, like the communal rooms, we get asked, why don't you rent the cabins? Why don't y'all rent the founders' cabins? And you just you get more of a group setting like that. Is you're not on top of each other, but you're spread out in the big rooms at the not dorms, I forget, competitor housing.
That's what it's called.
Yep.
Yeah.
And everybody just gets along. You're eating, chips and salsa. You got Mr. Murphy's outside smoking a cigar or whatever, and just everybody's
I was smoking a cigar.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. But it's just a laid back thing. You got mule deer out the front door. I mean, you're in a mountain setting without it being too high, so it's comfortable and it's nice for everybody to really. It's like 6,400 feet, so it's not you're not too high where it's dangerous for a lot of people.
It's higher than Denver. I mean, it's. If any of you have ever been across Raton Pass, it's right outside of Raton, New Mexico. It's high elevation for that, but nobody got altitude sickness or anything crazy like that.
Right.
But it's just staggering. It's 34,000 acres of mountains and open areas, and the ranges that we shot, and we just shot at just a handful of the total ranges that they have.
Right.
And they were perfect for our kind of shooting.
Right. They were absolutely perfect. So we'll talk on that. We'll talk on the Cooper range where we got started. So the Cooper range is perfect for what we do because it has a classroom there. It's got bathrooms, got electricity. We bring our Starlink. We're able to hook up to our Wi-Fi so we can get our classroom going. And we do that the first day, which y'all heard about. I'm not going to beat this one to death. Y'all heard about that on Paul's deal. But then the next day, that afternoon, we eat lunch and then we tie into it. We get to slinging some rounds. And you got there on the first day about lunch or a little after lunch or something?
I flew into Denver and drove down. I wasn't able to get there for the morning session, but I made the afternoon session. Shot mile the first afternoon with my 6.5 Creedmoor, which I didn't know I could do. I didn't even know that was possible. I also got a 300 PRC, which I shot also there and shot the mile with it later. It's a heavier round, obviously, most of you know, and it's supposedly not as susceptible to wind issues. But 6.5 Creedmoor is a pretty small round, and being able to hit a mile target with that was exciting to me.
That's good stuff. And then, it's not as punishing as the 300.
No.
So we teach the class with our 6.5 PRCs, which is perfect for that. It doesn't eat enough wind to where you have to learn to adjust with wind. You have to learn wind holds. You have to learn to read it. So if we just shot it, this is our 33XC. This is actually my wife's 33XC. We're shooting King of 1 mile this week. We pull that thing out, and actually pulled mine out. We just built this one, but we pulled out the 33XC, and Chris pulled it right out of the bag. Didn't zero it it's already been zeroed here, but we didn't check zero anything. We just pulled it out the bag and gave you the dope and sent it, and it smacked that plate at a mile like it was nothing. And when everybody else, we were fighting wind that day. Yeah. But we held what I tell you, hold 2/10 left or something. It wasn't even much. Yeah. I think we dialed the spin drift out and held 2/10 left, and he smoked it. And then we swapped back to the 6.5s, and you got a little struggle going on because, it's a 6.5, it's a 147 grain bullet versus 300 grain bullet, moving much faster. But so that to do it with the 6.5 Creedmoor was something else, and then you got to do it. Did you get it with the 22 Creedmoor?
No, I didn't even try it with the 22 Creedmoor.
Okay,
but with the 22 Creedmoor, I shot 1,000 yards without blinking. It was just automatic. No recoil, incredibly fast round. And while you're usually waiting after you press the trigger and you wait to hear the metal, it's almost instantaneous with 22 Creedmoor.
Yeah, it's quick.
3,300 feet a second or something
30,
crazy.
Yeah, it's like 3,150.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun to shoot, and there's no recoil. Like you said, there's
it's
nothing
like
to
shooting
it.
a 22 rimfire.
Yeah. But Craig, you got the mile with it.
Yep, I shot it.
I got it, and then somebody else shot it. Did
maybe Kale?
I don't know. Kale did all kind of goofy stuff. We'll go over that in a minute. Kale's the cook, and he's got to take this class 4 times now.
4 times,
4 or 5 times. So he's
a veteran.
Yeah, he's fun. We have a good time with him. So we did that, and then. So we did that the first day, walked him out, shot him in, and they were supposed to go shoot prairie dogs the next day, but man, it monsooned. We went to the store that night and just about watched a lady drown in the parking lot.
Literally. It was up to her knees.
Yeah, it was swift. It was moving water. And so I called the guy, and I was like, what's it look like? He said, maybe around lunch. And then it rained all night long. And he said, man, it's just got to dry out some before we can get up there. So the next day we did our day 3 routine, and we went in. We just got them to bear down and really got to do more of their own shooting. We just kind of sat back and spotted and let them kind of spot and help watch each other, call misses, call impacts, and then we did some relays with the water bottles out to 1425.
1425.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think we started at 1,000 with those. So. And just not everybody. Most people got not all the water bottles, but 1,000-yard water bottle.
That's pretty crazy.
1,100, 1,300, 1,400, and then Chris Kobe'd one. I think he ran out of ammo, and he had like 5 seconds left on the clock. I threw him around. He threw it in there and got the 1425.
Yeah.
That was luck.
Yeah. But you got the water bottle, didn't you?
I don't know how you had time to get on the scope. It was so fast.
Yeah, it was. It was like, throw me around.
Yeah.
So,
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
So make no mistake, Chris is a heck of a shot as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he shoots. Don't blow his head up too much, but he shoots pretty good. He does. He shoots real well. But and that day too, we stretched out our 22s.
Oh my goodness!
And that's a fan favorite.
That's something that I would have never guessed possible. I grew up shooting 22s at targets and hawks.
Yeah.
As a little kid, my dad gave me a 22, and we quail hunted a lot. And so hawks were a nemesis. They were a predator. They'd eat your quails.
Uh-huh.
And so my dad, he was a cane farmer. We'd drive around with a 22 in the truck. He said, "There's a hawk over there in the wire." But those shots were 40, 50, maybe 60 yards at most.
Yeah.
We were shooting those 22 rimfire rifles 600 yards.
Yeah.
600 yards.
Yeah, that was fun. And we had what was funny is I bought that 22, that Ruger Precision.
Yeah.
And I brought it out there. I have a prism for my for the ELR stuff for these guns, and it's 100-minute prism, or 20. I think it's 29 mils. So we were way out of dope, but we put that prism on there, and I had to duct tape it or freezer taped it on the gun, but it works. So
it looked weird, but you could certainly dial
send them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I had a Picatinny rail on the front of it. I didn't have one. And I was some kind of disappointed, but we still got the job done.
Yeah.
So we went out to, I don't remember what the name of that range is there. Do you?
Was this Starlight or something like that?
Star Range.
The Star Range. Yeah.
I thought it was a star range because one of the targets is a star.
Oh, that's right. It's a Texas
right.
Star. That's right. Or 10 Star.
Yeah.
That's right. So I hadn't shot it last year. Kale and I think one of the other guys that was helping us went up there and shot it. And I'd never been to that range. And Kale was like, "This is going to be fun with the 22s. I'm telling you, you got to go up. It's vertical. You're shooting over your head, and it's got a road, and the targets go up." I said, "All right, if you think it's going to work, let's go shoot it." So went over there, and we did. We stretched them out to right at 600 yards. And really, if there had been one at 650, we had enough holdover still on the. We could have shot probably out to 650. In hindsight, is 2020. I always kick myself. I'm laying in bed at night thinking of that stuff. I'm like, why didn't we go further?
I think those were the furthest. That was the furthest target on that range.
I thought it had. I thought it had a couple
there
further
was one
up.
further. I didn't see it.
Okay,
I could barely see the one that was there.
Yeah, yeah. And it wasn't a big target. It was like a 10 by 10 target.
Yeah,
It wasn't. It wasn't like it was a big IPSC or anything. It was like a 10-inch target.
To me, the coolest thing about long range shooting with somebody that knows what they're doing, is you're able to do things with rifles that you didn't even have a clue was possible before.
Yes, sir.
And like shooting a 22, 600 yards.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Really.
A lot of it, we didn't, we just, we understand the premise of it, and and we start working on the math. So we're like, oh, this ought to be about right, and then try it. And, if we don't hit it, no harm, no foul. But if we hit it, it's all high fives.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
On the mile shoot, what was your expectation when you got there? What did you think did you think it was going to be possible? Or, I mean, I'm sure you thought it was going to be possible. But did it happen quicker than you thought it was going to?
By the time I got there, I think everybody had shot it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're talking, I think there was 5 of us, 5 shooters, maybe 5 in the class,
5 or
and
6.
then you and Chris and Kale. So it was a small group. And the great thing about this course is that you never had to worry about sitting around and not shooting.
Right. Yeah, you get tired of it.
You can shoot to your heart's content and just shoot. And so, everybody had shot a mile that first day. I came late, and I pull out my 6.5 Creedmoor. I said, "Well, go ahead and try that first." And my biggest fear was not being the guy. Didn't want to be the guy.
Oh, you weren't going to be the guy.
And bang right away.
Yeah.
It was mighty cool.
Yeah, and I think we ended up having to hold a little bit of holdover on your 22. Like we had to hold like 4 minutes or something.
We did.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And a mile's a long way with the 22. So down here,
that was a 6.5.
I mean the 6.5. I'm sorry. Thank you. A mile's a long way with a 6.5. Creedmoor. And I think down here at sea level, we have to dial, or the dial is 100 minutes. So I think we ended up doing it one time with like 92 minutes or 96 minutes. But regardless, it's a lot. And most of the time, you only have like 60 to 80 usable in the scopes that we use. So we start stacking, 20, 30, 40 MOA rails on them to start gaining back some usage. So I think on our guns that we had out there, we had 40-minute rails on them. So on yours, on your 6.5, we just ran out. He had a 20-minute rail. So if you're looking at doing a mile at sea level, you're going to be doing holdover or even have a prism, unless you've got 60-minute rail or more. I think usually, right at 40-minute rail, we have 60 usable. the mile up there takes less. I think it takes like 60 minutes total. So you had 60 in your scope and had to hold about 4.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, just a tidbit on what it takes from sea level versus, I think our density altitude was 8,500 on average. I think one day we had 10,000 foot. So
there's a lot of math that goes into it.
And it changes throughout the day.
It does. It does. And the big issue for me was the wind and trying to gauge the wind and hold for the wind. And I'm still working on reading the wind.
Yeah,
Ben's pretty good at talking about how to read the wind, but you're reading wind mirage, and that is not the easiest thing.
No, it's not.
And I'm still a ways from being proficient at that.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you did great. I mean, everybody by the time they left had a pretty good idea on how to do it. And it might not be down to, 2 or 3 miles an hour, but y'all were getting pretty doggone close. But the mile, where the mile target is at on this range is tough. It's on a finger out in front of the mountain. So it's getting, so one time we were shooting there, we were getting winds from behind, and all of a sudden our targets and our impacts it was way past the target. And I was like, what is going on? Because our shift didn't, our right and left, our windage didn't change, but we were shooting way past the target. I was like, what in the world is going on here? So it took me a little while. I was sitting there scratching my head to figure out, hey, the wind is pushing the bullet because we're shooting 900 feet up. We're not just shooting a mile in front of us. We're also having 900-foot elevation change. So that wind was pushing the bullet. It was just catching enough of it. Normally it doesn't matter if we're shooting almost level, but since we had such a change, that bullet, it was catching more wind, so it was pushing it. But then on this shoot, man, we had 2 to 3 different winds plus some updraft. So we were fighting all kind of stuff. So
I mean, both of us being pilots, we understand flying in the mountains
yes, sir.
is dicey because you've updrafts and downdrafts that you don't see. You don't know they're there unless you expect that they're going to be there.
Right.
The same thing happens shooting. You get updrafts off the face of those cliffs and sometimes a downdraft.
Yes, sir.
Which is challenging.
Oh, it's fun though.
But
it just so it just makes you a better shooter. So you come back down to shooting something flat, and it's a lot easier, But up there, it's just a good, fun learning experience. I like it. I mean, and you can see the frustration on some people's face when they're not hitting, and I'm smiling because I'm learning every time. I'm sitting there. Well, why did that shot miss? And we're like, okay, so we get back in the spot and scope, shoot it, and it does it again. And now we're picking the mirage up on. Okay, we have a different mirage. Back the spot and scope up, and we can read mirage at different distances, and we're starting to pick that up. Hey, at 800 yards, we had a left to right at about 4, and then 1,400, we've got about 1,400, we got the opposite wind at +6. So it was pretty neat on that range to do that.
Well, little does he know. You remember the Ray-Ban Meta glasses?
Yeah.
And I told Ben when you had stepped out, I said,
You rascal.
I said, Mr. Murphy can read the wind with his glasses. And he said, no way. Can he really?
Yeah.
He should have kept it going because it was working.
I cornered him before you got to talk to him.
Yeah, I had a new pair of Meta glasses that I hadn't had long, and it's crazy. It's AI driven. And I started asking it questions. Can you read wind mirage?
Yeah.
Yes, but not under these conditions.
Yeah.
I said, all right, when are you going to let me read the mirage? When are you going to talk to me about the mirage?
Yeah.
Now, and of course, I ask, is there something out there that somebody makes that can actually read it and talk to you and tell you?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming. We got approached like last year, some guys with that they do a military contract. They had somebody that was talking to us, and they were wanting us to buy in on this. They land I forgot what they land. The
Starlink. But
anyway, they use it for landing rockets, and they're reading the wind doing that to land these rockets. And they were it was like $100,000 buy-in. I was like, yeah, that's too rich for my blood for a set of binos. That may or may not be the deal, But anyway, that's going to come out. It's not going to be long before that comes out. There's no doubt in my mind. So I mean, if you can pick it up, and if we forgot. Once we left, we got to thinking about it. It was like, man, we should have looked through the spotting scope with those glasses and see if it saw the mirage in the spotting scope.
Yeah.
So,
never know.
Who knows? But anyway, technology is always changing. I'm always way behind. So, and we talked about the 22s, and what was the furthest you'd shot a 22 before? You said like 60 yards, 100?
I don't think I'd ever shot a 22 over 100 yards.
Yeah.
I'll bring it out to the range and just shoot to make sure I can shoot 100 yards.
Yeah.
But it never dawned on me that you could shoot 6 times that.
Right.
And probably further.
Oh, yeah.
Under the right conditions.
Oh, yeah. They got guys that shoot them. I've heard of guys shooting them out to 1,000. I've never seen it, which I believe it's possible.
Yeah, right conditions. I mean, you're shooting a 40-ounce projectile?
Yeah, 40 grain.
A 40 grain projectile.
40 grain bullet. And we don't shoot supers or anything like that. We shoot standard velocity.
Like CCI,
standard velocity.
High velocity. Yeah, pretty crazy.
The expensive stuff.
It's like $5 a box. Yeah. So then the last day we get out, and Mr. Murphy got a bonus day, which was great with us. We have fun time shooting. We have fun time hanging out. So it was we got to go up to Spring Creek, the Spring Canyon, where they do. So they had we got invited to shoot the Raton Thunder the week before and just couldn't make it happen. It's one of the ELR events they have up there, along with King of 2 Mile, and which King of 2 Mile is down on a different range. But we got to go up there and we got permission. We went up, locked all the gates and all, so we were the only ones up there. And we topped.
I thought I was following you guys up there, and we went through like 3 locked gates on the far end of this 34,000 acre piece of property, and I said, "Are you guys lost?"
Well, we believe it or not, we thought we were.
I said, we probably are.
Greg said, "Go up the hill to the yellow gate," and I was like, "All right." We had the trailer behind us and everything. I'm like, "I'm gonna rip this trailer apart going up this hill," but it wasn't a bad road. It was just like you could tell it wasn't a road that was traveled much.
No.
So, but yeah, we go ahead.
Well, that was just one of the. It was a bonus. It was a sweet opportunity for me because the rest of the guys were gone. It was just me, Chris, and Ben, and the most amazing scenery. I mean,
it was gorgeous.
You see people making shots across canyons and dropping animals on hunts from 500-600 yards across the canyon. We were shooting over a mile across the canyon, and ended up shooting about a mile and 2/10.
Yeah, what was it? 2,300 you got?
It was crazy.
Yeah,
and then Ben pulled out the cannon.
Yeah. What? Go ahead. It was.
And over 2 miles.
Yes, sir. It was. Yeah.
Over 2 miles. And so, after I'd shot the mile the first time, that night I was on the phone and texted all my hunting buddies and said, "You're not going to believe this."
Yeah.
And so, I was acting like a true rookie. After Ben shot the 2 miles across that canyon, Ben walked away and he was on his phone for about 30 minutes texting everybody.
I was mad when I didn't have service coming out of it. I was like, "Send you rascal." Yeah. It was. I'm still smiling ear to ear thinking. Because we got up there and we got up to the top of the hill and looked out, and I'd never shot that far before. So we get up there and I look and I see it. I can see it from the truck. I was like, "That's got to be it." I looked at Chris and I was like, "Man,
this is not happening.
This is not happening today." For one, we were testing rounds. Like we built the gun like a couple of days before we left, so we brought 25 rounds with us, and we'd shot the mile. And which we beat the crap out of the mile target with it. And then we went, we put it up and never shot it again. And we went up there and I looked at it and I was just like, "Man, I don't think this is going to happen today," And we shot a couple shots at like 3,000, 2,800, 3,000. So we got it kind of picked up and I was like, "Well, this might be doable." So let's go ahead and try it. So we went from 112 grains of powder to 113 grains of powder, and which we went from 111 to 112. It only changed like 40 feet per second. So we went to the 113 grains. So I was expecting a 40 feet per second max adjustment, dialed it up and shot. And none of the 3 of us saw the impact. And I was like, "Man, this ain't going to happen." I looked at the Garmin and the Garmin said I was 100 foot per second faster. And so I was like, "Well, I'll take a mill out, and took a mill out. Shot again, boom, smoked it. and I was on cloud 9, son. I've been pumped up ever since. Everybody knows. I think my housekeeper knows, and she don't even speak English.
But then Chris got right behind you on the mat and smacked it as well.
Yep. Yeah.
I was just couldn't speak. I was speechless.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't say a word after it. Even in the video, I'm just like, oh,
Can't believe we're doing this.
I just,
yeah.
oh,
Well, Ben gave me the opportunity to shoot it, but I honestly, I was just too intimidated. I just shot a mile and a quarter, and I said, that gun, first of all, that gun is a big gun.
Yeah.
And I've never shot it before, and that is a incredibly long way. And this is my last day. I'm finishing on a good note.
Leave it.
I'm going to leave it there.
I don't blame you.
Next year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What
We're
was
going to do it
more
again.
impressive is you took your hunting rifle, your 300 PRC, basically, and you were stretching it out. What was it? At 20?
I think it was 2,300.
2,300. Getting impacts. That's more impressive to me than taking, a dedicated rig that's meant to be shot at long distances.
Yeah.
You took a hunting rifle and you were able to get dialed in and smack a plate at 2,300 yards. That's incredible.
Yeah, and those were, they're not very big plates. That plate, I think they were all about the same size. I'll get corrected on this because they have guys that shoot that, and again, we were on the 2 mile deal. We're rookies on that. So that for us to smack that down was pretty cool. They got guys that do this for tournaments, and we'll get the opportunity this year to do that. But for us to make a second round impact at 2.1 or 3,700 yards, however you want to say it, and Chris got a third round and a fifth round impact was, and then you were shooting a group right off the plate too. That for me, that was the highlight of shooting period. But then on this deal, it was pumped up, and then you got on there and was smacking the 2,300, which it took us a little bit to get it walked in, but once we got it walked in. Because we had a different wind on the one you were shooting too, because we were shooting more straight to our right. We were shooting, straight out.
Yeah.
And
so I impressed myself. I impressed myself because I didn't know that I could do that.
Yeah.
But I would encourage anybody that has a passion for shooting to try the long range game, because I'm a shotgunner basically. I shoot sporting clay tournaments. I love it. I'm not wonderful, but I can win a tournament every now and then with the right group of guys.
Yeah, you do well.
Transition into long range shooting and rifles. Wow, that was just something that I hadn't done before, hadn't even thought about doing before.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing it for a while.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, it's I like shooting shotguns, but I get frustrated. I go through and on, especially on sporting clays, or I go through and don't smack a couple. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the truck. But on this, it's different for me. It's just definitely a calling that is. I'm glad we've found. Just to be able to tie people in with it and get people like yourself, and just it's like a brotherhood. And which is weird and kind of corny to describe it that way, but it is. You get guys in, and it's just they're hooked.
What are the 2,000-yard ranges in the state?
There's not, I think
there's one up in Shreveport.
Yes, sir.
But this range here at Roaming Shot is an incredible range, incredible 1,000-yard range. 2-story, air-conditioned shoot house, granite countertops, cameras, mics, the whole deal. It's just an awesome experience.
Yeah.
And when you can see the success of the training in your shooting, it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I'm privileged I get to do it. And it's we call it like a gentleman's club. And everybody's welcome to come. We're not shunning anybody, but man, it is. We got a lot of guys that are from the military that come out and talk. We get guys that are just going through, some just going through a rough time, want to come out and bang steel and talk. We just take everybody in and just have a great time. And one of the biggest things we get is why people don't come and do the mile course or do even the class here is they're intimidated.
Sure.
Which, I mean, I get that at first, but would you say this is an intimidating environment once you get in it?
No. Once you realize that it's doable, and with the training, and I'm not talking years of training, I'm talking
minutes.
You had me hit that 1,000-yard target. Second, third round. I'm not sure which it was, but it was just because you had taught me to shoot.
Yes, sir.
And when it was there, and with the right instruction, you can do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Anybody that's got any type of aptitude for shooting,
yes, sir,
do it.
Now, guys, you don't have to understand math real well. If you can play on your phone, we can help you get the math and all worked out. And then if you can listen to a little bit of instruction and have use one of our guns, use one of your guns. Most of the time we can get just about anything out there. I'll dog on a 308 for a minute because they've been showing up like crazy. And it's not that the 308 is not a good round. It is not the best 1,000-yard round. And I know I'm gonna catch hate on that, but it's not. It typically runs out of steam and goes transonic and starts kind of spreading out around 850 yards. So everybody's like, man, it'll go 800. It'll do 1,000. Like, yeah, it'll do 1,000, but it's not typically repeatable, consistently repeatable. You have to have a 24-inch barrel on average, and you need to have 175 grain of projectile, 175, 178. So they'll get there, and they'll do it better. But you showing up with a 165 grain, 20-inch or 22-inch barrel, you're just going to struggle. Not saying you're not going to make impacts. You're not going to do it consistently, typically. So if you're coming out, we have guns. If you're members, a lot of our members don't know, we have 6.5 Creedmoors here for y'all to use, guys. They're the only thing you have to pay for is the ammo if you're a member. So same thing with the suppressor. We've got suppressors. You can shoot suppressed. How nice was that when we had the suppressors at the mile?
Oh, it's a game changer.
Yeah. You're able
really
to
is.
communicate. You can talk. You don't
Yes.
leave with a headache, unlike that thing. But you don't, especially at that canyon, you don't, at the Cooper range, the way it's set up, it's open, real open. So you're not getting the boom, 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 even though we're under a top.
Right. Right.
So you don't leave with a headache.
Most everybody there is shooting suppressors. So
Yeah.
it makes it nice.
Yeah.
And, the great thing about the group we had, it wasn't too big. It was just the right size. We were able to build friendships, camaraderie, trade stories, and have plenty of time to shoot.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We shot, I think it was I thought we shot 900 rounds. When I got back, I got to looking, and this doesn't count 22. I think we shot 1,100 rounds of big bore.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I mean, it was constant, boom, boom, boom. We had a lot of competitions. We even got to watch Mr. Biggs get trash talked by his grandson, which that was the most I've ever seen him talk.
Yeah,
that was
a
so
cool
fun.
thing. They had a grandfather and grandson.
Yeah.
Grandson was what, 18 years old?
Yeah.
17,
I think he's somewhere
18
right
years old.
around there.
Slapped him out, no problem. Shot consistently really good.
Yep.
And his grandfather shot very well.
Yeah. He shoots really good, Mr. Robert. Yep. And just great people. And that's the kind of guys we want coming with us. And it's just, one way or another, we're going to get along. And we're going to have a good time.
Well, I can tell you, depending on when you go next year, when I started talking, when I get back, and let me tell you, I had to tell people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's right. I drove my Suburban around for a year with the 1,000-yard sticker from Roaming Shot on the back of it, and I'm just disappointed you don't have a mile.
I do. I got remember before you leave. I got one upstairs. I got it upstairs.
I can fill at least one mile class next year.
Man, that's great. So, guys, our mile class is it's already posted. It's July, I think the 26th. You can look on our website, roamingshot.com. Check it out. We're only doing a week at the moment, which is 2 classes. It's 2 3-day classes, 4 nights, 3 days, or 5 nights, 3 days. Anyway. It's on the website. I don't remember. But anyway, it's 3 days of shooting. If the prairie dogs allow, we'll do the prairie dog shoot. It is included in the class. If not, we'll just spend an extra day sending lead downrange. So
and eating well.
Yep. Kale always does a great job. He's going to keep you. He keeps me fat and happy every time I see him. So he cooks well. We will show his. Well, you can check it out on our YouTube page. You'll see him shooting a mile with the 6.5 Creedmoor off the tripod. And he did it pretty quick.
Yeah.
He did it pretty quick. I think a couple of us got it done. But we filmed Kale getting it, and he grins ear to ear. And he's so helpful, man. He does he's a chef, but you'd swear we hired him for everything else because he'll get anything we need done. He's Johnny on the spot, and we appreciate him for that. Chris as well. Chris is there leaning a hand, just everything extra that we need. He's not just filming. He's giving instruction. He's shooting and trying to show me up, which happens.
Yeah. It's a father-son relationship.
You little turd. Yeah, we have a good time. Guys, if you like to eat, you like to shoot, you like to hang out and have a good time, come see us again. RomingShot.com. Check out our books and our bookings. We have hunts. We have the which we're about to dive deep into that. We've got to go film some bunch of hunts this year.
Yep.
So
and then we have the new trigger cam, I think is what it is now. So it's going to be very interesting videos.
Yeah, this year will be good. So we got King of 1 Mile this weekend. We did the competition with them in where was that? At the Lazy J a couple months ago, which got me and Megan qualified for the King of 1 Mile, and then you're able to bring another shooter for the team. So Chris is shooting with me, and Megan is shooting with Charles, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be fun. This was Megan's rig here. We'll talk about it real quick. This got a Vortex Razor Gen 3 on it. It's in a MDT ACC Elite chassis, which everything was going good, but that thing sheared every screw out of the internal weight. Every time we pull the trigger, another screw would shear off. So we're going to put some different screws in that one. So that's the only downfall I have with that one so far. She likes the cheek on it. She likes the way it fits. She shot about a half-minute group earlier today with it at 1,000. So we zeroed it at 100, went straight to the 1,000. She was banging it out. So and she shoots real well. She'll show me up this weekend, I'm sure. We've got the Area 419. I can't never remember. That's a Hellfire or Sidewinder. Sorry, Area 419, but that's what it is. They didn't sponsor, so I don't care. So MDT Super Cal. We'll be shooting those this weekend. The only thing that I've found about this bipod that I'm not a fan of is it doesn't have skis. They don't have skis for it yet. It's just rubber feet. So I think I found a mat that'll slide for this weekend. So I think we're going to be all right there just to get some straight back recoil. But the gun, the gun set up as it is barely comes off target anyway. We got all the internal weights. We had all the internal weights. We've got the rail for the prism, with SG Pulse level on it, and I think that's it. Night Force rings.
That's it.
We'd have an ATACR on this one too if we had one in stock, but I don't have any in stock, so we
ran out of money.
Yeah. And what's funny is we call the barrel is a McGowan barrel. And Travis did us a good finish on that thing. That sucker is nice. That's the first time I've seen a finish on a barrel like that. The chassis is blue, and the barrel really reflects that. It's a super matte finish, almost like a brushed nickel, but it doesn't have like the brush marks on it. It's fine. I love it. I love everything about it. Travis did a good job on that. But gunshot great, pumped up, ready for King of 1 Mile this weekend. We're probably going to suck high and tit, but we're going to have fun anyway. Yeah. But Mr. Murphy, I appreciate you coming. As always, enjoy your friendship, enjoy hanging out with you, and I appreciate you coming on and talking with us today.
Same here, Ben. Thank you. It's been a great friendship. I look forward to many more trips, many more years of shooting together and learning from you.
Absolutely.
Chris, you too.
Thanks
so much, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris better straighten up. That's all I got to say. ChatGPT's coming for his job. But guys, check us out at RomingShot.com. Thank y'all for watching today. Again, we got to meet a lot of people in Texas and some other deals that have been watching this. Thank you guys for watching. Have any questions? We can answer anything for you. Please reach out. If you have any feedback for us, guys, we love it. We learn every day. Not too proud to learn. So see something that we're talking about or that we're doing that you think we can do better, please let us know. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.